you have worked with so many couples, different Enneagram numbers, different temperaments, different personalities.
Yeah.
For the couples that have marriages that are flourishing, whatever season of life they're in, are there any common denominators to their behaviors that you can say this one thing or these 2 or 3 things they all have in common, no matter what their background, good or bad, no matter what their personality or temperament may be? These are the things that if you can learn to lean into this, the likelihood of a flourishing married relationship is just going to go.
Well, as soon as you said that, think of Dr. John Gottman, the lead marital researcher, household name in the therapy field, who I trained under, and just so practical too. He's observed data that what he calls, it delineates between people in marriages who are masters versus disasters. So I want to say this as a caveat first. I have no empirical science of this. I can just tell you what I've seen. Guess what? The hard marriage that my wife and I started, there are people who come in and sometimes I spend days with them. I can't figure it out, that they just were raised in pretty good homes. Their temperament was this, that. I do find sometimes they seem more mature. They don't go to the victim mentality like we've talked about here. It's archived on the victim triangle. And it's like they really get along. They're not fake. They hardly ever fight. It's almost like they're more mature adults where they are. Sometimes they could be 2 firstborns who get married. I can't totally track it. What I put my energy toward is, hey, no matter how you come in, where you are, I want to go under more of the marital researcher and say, back to for the 100th time, let me get your story. The best premarital counseling I do is after couples have been married 5 years. Because then they're ready to say, let's go back and say, let's go back and let me know your story and find out. And that's where I get clues and go, well, this started way back here. Or we've talked about it here. You were betrayed way back here. But couples that will come out of a victim mentality will come out of, in that triangle is the victim persecutor, what I call perpetrator, and they want a rescuer. So they lay down their being a rescuer or the perpetrator who could be judgy and all like that. They get out of being a victim and they begin to do adult level work no matter what their problem is. They become aware that what they don't work out, they'll act out and go, I know what I'm bumping into. This morning before we recorded, my coffee cup, I was moving something and it spilled a little bit here. I didn't think, wow, I wonder what that is, right? Like, I knew exactly what that was. Yeah. Last night, I was sitting at a friend's house. It might be you and Serena. And Peyton knew it. He was sitting next to me. We were watching a football game. And I said, is that a dog on the table? Do you remember that conversation? And it looked, because there's 2 little things in the wood, like a knot. And Peyton says, oh, I've seen that for years. And Serena's like, I don't think I even knew that was it. It looks just like the face of a dog, just where the knot was. So that idea was, I didn't know what that was. When I spilled this coffee, I knew what that was. I knew what had happened. The more couples begin to go, oh, when I bump up against that, babe, that's that wound from daddy, from mama, from someone outside the home. So the idea of then doing the work, becoming aware in a marriage. And then last thing, I'm going to go to the Bible. In your jobs, why not? It's a fight for the top. Be the best you can be in your job. But in marriage, it's a fight for the bottom. Hupotasso in Greek. I will submit to you and submit to you. And so when I get couples saying, I really want to serve you and love you and know your story, these are some of the greatest marriages I've ever seen. Keeps you out of judgment with the other spouse.